Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Got a fantastic message for you today. It's coming to you live from Station W, EBM. That's wonderful, Eddie B. Marcus, operating smack down from the top of the sky, right to wherever you are. And this message of love and truth is to generate in and around you, to be as real with you and as essential and necessary for you as the blood that flows through your vein. And when it's all said and done, maybe you will like, comment, or subscribe to the principles for which is being advocated here. The message that I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen, is timely. It's right on time. Think for a moment. President Donald Trump. America and the world sees Donald Trump. For a few, he's the greatest thing since Jesus. And to many of you, he's a pit bull out of hell. Now just think for a moment. What if Donald Trump had used all that he had available to him as he did to get into office? And having gotten into office, did not speak for a little group, but spoke for the whole world. And each part of the world was grateful that he spoke for them. Yeah, of course, there are some group of people who just will not buy in. They would have been a small group as they are today. But the intent was not to annihilate them with bully attributes, but to engage them in a new way of life so that being seen, it can be acceptable more readily by them. But he didn't do that. He came in as he is. And those of you who reject Donald Trump and all that Donald Trump is doing for you, and he seems to be getting away with it, you know you don't like it. But you got a group of people over here that loves it. They cheer everything that he does. Now here's a message, and I want to point this message out to you. Just as this group loves what he is doing, and you hate what he is doing, when you measure what he's doing compared to what you're familiar with, and they measure what he's doing compared with what they're familiar with, each of you come up the same. Each of you come up the same. There's a message here. And the message is this. Sure, these people gain. These few hateful people who Trump speaks to all the time, they gain. Because they don't give a heck about you for whatever all of the reasons might be. And you on this side, who is against everything that Trump's doing, you know how it affects you in such a negative way. And at the same time, there was a time when you felt as highly rated as these over here. And at the same time, you had people who were being left out of the mold. And they felt just as depossessed as you feel by Trump. So now you are to recognize that unless you do it right, you are always abusing someone else, even though you might not care or not even know it. But you are always abusing someone. And that abuse means the same thing to them as this means to you what Trump is doing. And it's not good for this group over here to say, we got it going on, right on to hell with you. And you join with them and say the same thing to those that's left out. What that basically means, ladies and gentlemen, is that none of you know truth. None of you know love. And what this campaign is about is to show you that if you're going to point a finger at a demon, because what they do for themselves and how they leave everybody else out, then you have to point your fingers at yourselves as well, because you do likewise when it benefits you. So neither of you, the Trump side or the non-Trump side, got anything to boast about. Except now, I am asking the people of the state of Minnesota to make me the next senator from the state of Minnesota. And I'm using it, I want it to be known from the beginning, I'm using it as a platform to step into the White House as the next United States president in 2020. And the reasons that I'm so happy and thrilled about getting there is for the same reasons I'm happy and thrilled about being sent from the state of Minnesota as a senator. It's because of what I'm advocating. I'm not advocating what Trump advocated. I'm advocating the opposite. You don't like Trumpism, but even you are just feeling it. But there are those who are others who've been feeling it all the time. Now, if you don't like it, they don't like it. And if you want to fix it for you, you got to want to fix it for them to make you any different than Trump. And if you are no different than Trump, then why change? Why not just go all the way to the bottom so everybody can feel it, even this little elect group? But if you're different than Trump, you can't half step. Trump knows you are just like he is. Trump knows that. And he knows when it's taken down to the hill and the truth being put before your face, you're going to feel guilty and go the way that he is. That's what he's counting on. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to go that way. You can change and become a way of your own that is holistically attached to one and the same of all those that's going the opposite way. In other words, you can do the right thing. You don't have to join on the bandwagon with something that hurts and you know it hurts, you've experienced the hurt. You can do the right thing. Even if nobody else joins with you, you can do the right thing. That's what I'm doing right here, right now. Standing here alone. Standing here by myself with the spirit of truth and the spirit of love backing me all the way. And I'm telling you, those of you who are not like Trump, the only way you can prove that you're not is by going for the best that there is. And what is the best that there is? That everybody's dream come true. As we human beings have anything to do with it. We are not settling for anybody's dreams failure. None. That's the best there can be. That means that everybody have the opportunity for a career of their own choosing. That means basically all of the businesses, all of the institutions belong to the people for the benefit of the people. That's what they were designed for. We've been pimped to accept it for something totally different. It is designed for what I have just stated to you. Everybody have a career of their own choosing. That's one of your main purposes for being here. To do something. To be engaged in the process of something. And what is that something? That something is what you as human beings imagine. Because anything that you can imagine, the Creator has already bedded it in the earth, on the earth, or above the earth, so that you can grab it when you have matured to the level of understanding what it is all about. It has already been set in place. But in order to do that, we have to do things the way that leads to that. We can't stop doing things because it's real. Stop doing things because it builds. And start bringing in some viruses. Talking about difference, you're superior, you deserve, and lying and cheating and stealing and all that kind of stuff just to lead us down a path that has brought us to where we are today. Right now, the challenge is yours, ladies and gentlemen. When I ask you to vote for me, I'm not just me. I'm all of you. I'm all of you who are fed up with being abused. I'm all of you who recognize that people can be abused. And though some of us may have ignored the abuse of others in the past, but because we now can see it based upon our real eyes, our real ears, We can make the choice to be better than that. Because if we are no better than that, then we're just as that. And so we can stop complaining. We're actually saying we got what we deserve. And perhaps we do have what we deserve. I'm sure we do. The Trumpism and everything that's going on right now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care how you look at it. It is justice. It is exactly what we deserve. Now, we might have been teasing ourselves. We might have been playing games with ourselves. But the truth of the matter is we got exactly what we deserve. We might have thought we were some fantastic people, but we see right now we're not. We might have thought we've been leading the nation in spiritual uplift. Right now we see that we're not. We are going straight down the abyss. We are following the lies when we know they're lies. We are acting like we're deceived when we know what's going on, but we're still going on down the path. That's what we are doing. The world sees us for what we really are. And now, if we can smoke a joint, you will see too what you really are. And I'm confident that you wouldn't like it. But not liking it is not good enough. It's just the beginning. You got to start doing something. Doing something about it. And yes, we have gone so far down the pit till a lot of us, the truth be known, the devil don't play. So an awful lot of us who stand up for heaven on earth, a lot of us might be killed. Probably not, but we might. And if we might, it's only because we have digressed so far from truth that we put ourselves in an arena where this is the threat. And yet, we standing against the threat is the only thing that will teach those who are in absolute ignorance that that way is not the way. And at the same time, teach our children and our grandchildren to come what it means to be free. And all the time walking in such a freedom that when the threat comes at you, it seems like it gives you more freedom. I hope, no, I know you don't understand all this. But this is why I want you to know that I want to be the next president of the United States. And I should have a wonderful chance at doing that, because more of the populace in this country are against Trump than for Trump. Oh, he got people in powerful places, but it's more people that's against Trump than are for Trump. And so here is your alternative. You can't go back talking about the Democrats. All you have from the Democrats is a difference in degrees. That's all. So what you're saying about Trump is what you're saying about yourselves. You don't have a choice. The people who were in church, who went and voted for evil, whether it was for a Republican or a Democrat, you don't have a choice. You either stick with that's taking you straight down to where you see you're at, believing that this one man can take you somewhere up where you can't take yourselves. That don't make no sense. You got to be pulling that wagon too. You got to be helping up that hill. Don't be sitting down being drugged. So, yes, this is all that I am about. I want, in the vision that I have, is that everybody is participating. They are creating all that exists for the benefit of everybody's dream being met. Not for money. This is why you're doing it. You're doing what you love doing. You don't have to lie. Everybody's thrilled. This is what I'm talking about. In order to facilitate this career thing, everybody must have open and available to them housing, include food and clothing, education, unlimited and unrestricted free, healthcare, unlimited and unrestricted free from the womb to the tomb. These things are essential for everybody, and they must be guaranteed to one another by us, not by Republican Party, Republican perspective, not by a Democratic perspective, by us, by we the people, saying that we will be educated to be the best we can be, saying that we will be have available to health care as we want it to be, saying that we will have food and clothing and shelter, and that we are guaranteeing that to each of us, by each of us giving of ourselves, putting our hands to the plow of creating from the perspective that give us our greatest joy. And the finished product, the reservoir of goods and services that are available to the people, not just of Minnesota, but of the nation and ultimately of the world. This is God's point of view. This is love's point of view. This is the spirit that is in me talking to you. And I know this is better than what Trump is doing. And I know that this is better what the Democrats have been doing. But I do know that we together can put our hands to the plow and make a decision that we want better and that we're willing to give what is required to get better. Every last one of us. So that means here again that all of the resources in the confines of the United States of America belong to the people, utilized by the people to produce for the people. Plain and simple. No liar, no cheating, no baiting with no money. And those of you who have had to do some very despicable things to get a chance to exercise your talents, whether it was in sports or whether it was in singing or whether it was in the movies, if you had to do some despicable things, me, Eddie Marcus, as a spokesman for love, want to say, I apologize. I apologize that I was not there to be able to pave the way, that all you had to do was just float on and be an angel of light. I wasn't there to protect you from that. And all kinds of hurdles and all kinds of jives got in your way, in your path. And this craving to be this, what you were created to be, was just overwhelmed by the forces that you had to deal with, and not having the Spirit of God backing you in more than words. That's what we left to you. And that's the road you took. We are sorry that you took that road, but we are more sorry that we allowed that road to exist. And so we are saying to ourselves, to the best of our understanding, to the best of our knowledge, where we see complications that interfere with the life, the peace, the prosperity and joy of every citizen, we will not sit still. Man, that sounds wonderful, Lord. That sounds wonderful, people. But it only can be real if you say it's real. Now, I know how traditions work. You've been a Democrat all your life, and now you are upset with the Republicans. The only thing you can do is go back to your Democrats. Or even if you wanted to go and support this campaign, you think that I don't stand a chance of being representing you or the nation. And so you'll go with what you think is a better chance of winning. A better chance of winning. It's like the lesser of two evils. You got to stand up for what's right. Do you know that standing up for right, that area got a little bit smaller when you decided to go where you thought somebody else had a chance to win rather than what you think is right? If you think it's right, then stand up for what is right, just like you'll stand up for the lesser of two evils. Standing for what is right, just like you're standing up just trying to go along with somebody that might be able to win. And you saying you represent something else, but you're being lifted up by somebody else's point of view that has nothing to do with your dream. Your dream is much bigger, but you settle for less. Anyway, I want to thank you for giving me this your time. I got to talking, and I feel like we should talk sometime. I wish you could talk back. That's why I got like, comment, or subscribe to the principles, and we'll get to know each other. This is much as can be done at the moment in time. But we are using it to the best of our abilities for the purpose of creating love instead of what we have. Thank you.